In order to be able to retake summative 2, you have to show all of your work for all questions 1 through 9 on a separate sheet of paper. Whatever you see on this video, make sure you write down on your paper. Do not copy the questions, just the work. On your paper for number 1, please copy down this right here, write that on your paper, and then go ahead and copy down the purple box that you see. Pause your video, press play when you're ready to solve. Okay, on your paper, we are going to multiply to fill in your box. 4 times 0.5x is going to give you 2x. 4 times negative 8 is going to give you negative 32. So rewrite this as an actual expression. Therefore, which one is your answer? The 2x minus 32 is your answer. So on your paper, you need to put down 2x minus 32 is the correct answer. And then you can move along. For number 2, all you have to write down is copy down on your paper these 4 answers. Copy down what you see in purple and in orange. Pause your video to do so. Resume play to hear the explanation and to finish the problem. Okay, so if you look at the first box gives you an expression, 6m minus 216, which is not equivalent to the one given. The second one gives us 6m plus 36, which is still not equivalent because it needs to be a minus 36. The third one, you had to do an extra step. So you had to actually take the minus 39 and add 3 to it, which gives you the negative 36. So this one is actually equivalent. So in order to answer this on your paper, go ahead and write down that 6m minus 36 is equivalent to, and then write down the problem that it was equivalent to, this one. Okay, once you got that written down, you can move on to the next question. Since we got a week's worth of practice with this particular question in class, write down for number 3, write down this expression, p divided by 4 plus 75. Okay, then write down step 1 and step 2, pause your video to do so, and then press play to hear the explanation. Okay, so in step 1, you would solve p divided by 4 first. So if you look at all these equations or expressions that are given to you, this one, p is not getting divided by 4. This one, p is not getting divided by 4. This one, p is getting divided by 4, and this one, p is not getting divided by 4. So the only one where p is actually getting divided by 4 is that expression selected. So write down that expression, 75 plus p divided by 4 is the same as p divided by 4 plus 75. Once you get that written down on your paper, move on to the next question. For problem number 4, I need you to write down everything that you see in purple only on your paper. Resume the video after you're done copying. We don't need to solve this because we're actually not solving it. I wanted to point out that if you were to order 5 caffeinated drinks, you would multiply that to $1.29. If you were to multiply 3 decaffeinated drinks, you would still multiply that to $1.29. But suppose if we put, instead of 5, you put C in its place. If you, for decaffeinated, instead of 3, you put a D in its place. So you would actually essentially multiply $1.29 to each beverage and then add them together. So please, on your paper, write down that $1.29 times D plus $1.29 times the C, okay, would actually lead to getting you the results for this problem. On your paper for number 5, I want you to write down this information, okay, using the key words taken from the word problem. I also need you to write down what's in purple and orange over to the side of your screen. Pause your video, press play to resume to hear the explanation. With the information with your total constant and rate, you're able to write the equation 4n plus $1.99 equals $10.99. When you solve it, you subtract first for the first step, and then for the second step, you have to divide that $8 by 4. So if you follow the order in which you did to solve it, you get the answer. Subtract $1.99 first from the total and then divide. Okay, so write down this answer on your paper right next to the process of solving it. When you're done with that, move on to the next question. Okay, for number 6, I need you to write down, again, the information which produces the equation 25x plus 40 equals 152.50. Once you get that copied down, resume the video to hear the explanation. I'm going to solve the equation with you. The first thing that we have to do is subtract 40 on both sides. To get XL by itself, this is the first step we have to do. So we are left with 25 times X, and our new total is going to be 112.5. The last thing we have to do is undo this multiplication with division. So then once you divide 112.5 by 25, you're going to get 4.5. So next to this work, you're going to put 4.5 hours. Listen carefully, because for number 7, I do want you to copy down this entire table. Once you're done copying down that entire table, I want you to write this on your paper and write this on your paper, and I want you to show the work that's in purple, okay? And then when you're done copying all of that, please press play again to hear the explanation. So like in class, okay, I told you that if you chose these numbers from the table, okay, 3.5 and 6 were options for your H. So if you take 110 times H, you should get the total. So I show you over here in purple, 110 times I chose the 6. Okay, that only gets me 660. It doesn't get me 750 like it said it should. So that expression does not work. Now, if you look at the next equation, when you substitute the 6 in place of H, you multiply. Once you get 660 and you add that extra 90 to it, you do get the answer of 750. So that equation actually works, and that is your answer. So on your paper, you need to show this as your answer. For number 8, please copy down the table onto your paper, and then everything written in purple, orange, red, and black. Copy down onto your paper, press play to resume the video to hear your explanation. In class all week, I showed you how to substitute the 460 miles, okay, and how to multiply that when given the rate. However, I also taught you, I know it was kind of last minute, so if you didn't get this, it's okay. But we need to recognize that the daily rate, we had to multiply that by 5 to figure out how much that would be weekly. It ended up being $286 weekly. So if you look at the answer key, we could have chosen this amount for $1.60 because that's obviously going to be cheaper than the 286. And if you didn't understand that to the full extent, it's okay. But go ahead and get all this written down so that we can get it right the next time. All right, for number 9, please go ahead and actually write down the problem. William is 6 years younger than 3 times Alex's age. William is 33 years old. How old is Alex? After you copy down the problem, write down everything that you see in purple, okay? And then I'll help you explain, or I'll help you do the problem after you press play to resume. So in order to solve this problem, we have to add 6 first. So once we add 33 and 6, you get 39. Now you have 3 times A gives you 39. So to undo the multiplication, you have to divide it by 3. So 39 using your calculator, if you take 39 and divide it by 3, you're going to get 13 for Alex's age. Now that you've done all 9 problems, bring this work to me, please, and I will let you take the summative retake.